0 dB. Speech.
Hello, I'm back. I'm going to record as I put all my stuff away, and I'm going to have a bit of a whinge because I need to have a bit of a whinge. Just a trigger warning. Viewer discretion is advised. For anyone that might take offence, please don't be offended. I'm not angry at you. I am just very, 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 very... I'm in a kind of decent mood, but I am a bit... I'll explain it and you'll understand. I'm just in a ticked off mood about a couple of things. I recently had to ditch one of my support workers, right? Had to ditch a worker. Which stuff am I getting? Hang on, stop. Not that one, definitely not. Okay. I had to ditch a support worker because she got into a huge argument at me over how I handle taking medicine. Now, I'm just putting my phone on the bench. She got into a massive argument with me over how I take medication. And I am offended because I know how I take medicine. So I'm not going to be told how I handle or how I don't handle medications. Thank you very much. I am very offended at my worker. I love cinnamon loaf. I know what I'll do about that. I'll take the bread out of the freezer and put the meat where the bread was, in the freezer. Will it fit in there? I'll say yes it will, but I'm going to make it fit. I'm going to make it fit. Jesus. Force it to fit in there. Where the cinnamon bread was, because I love cinnamon loaf anyway, and I'm going to eat that. So I'm just going to put that into my fridge. Here we go. I am very, very angry at my support worker, actually. I document when I swallow medicine. So get that straight. I document when I swallow medicine. So don't go telling me that I must be getting tablets out and taking them without writing down what I take, because I have been or had recently been doing that. Then when I realise, oh crap, I'm forgetting when I've taken medicine and I've taken it too early, or I am at risk of taking medicine too early, and I've gotten sick and all that, I have since started writing down each and every instance of what stuff I take and when. So if it's 3 p.m. and I take 2 Nurofen tablets, I write down 3 p.m. I took Nurofen. That is how I handle that shit. So that I know if I took Nurofen at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, I know not to take any until 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know not to take Nurofen until 11 p.m. Or if I take it every 6 hours, I can say to the doctor, hey, I've been taking Nurofen every 6 hours. I've been writing down what times I take it, and then she can say, no, that's too much. You need to take it less often. So I say, well, okay, I'll do that. That's fine. It's not a problem. I'm going to put some garlic bread in there. Let me just check something. Yes, it'll fit in there. Just had to check the garlic bread.
Door closed.
I asked the doctor, sorry, I'm just thinking, hang on. Oh no, hang on. I asked the doctor what the go is with me taking my medications, and then I write down
200 start.
what time I actually took it, so I can tell these doctors when I'm taking stuff. And I can't get in trouble then if I'm taking the right doses of stuff, because I know what I'm taking and when. Now, when I took, and I won't say what it is, but I took a certain medication on a certain date. I took medication on a certain date, and I checked over the day that the medication was where it was on that date. Then I went, okay, I'm not going to need it for several days, I'll just leave it where I left the medication on a particular date. I know, just leave it where I have set it. If I've set it in a certain spot in the drawer and I don't need it again until another day, leave it alone. So I then went, okay, I know I'm going to need Panadol and I'm going to need this and I'm going to need that. I just want to take this other particular certain medicine, so I know the medication is in a certain spot in the drawer, I know where it is, I won't touch it, I know when I need it, I'll touch it. I have to write it down in my notes when I touch it again. So when I found it missing, when I found that it had gone missing, my support worker had the audacity to tell me that I must have touched it without writing down when I touched it. And when I said to her, no, I touched the medication on a certain date, I then wrote down exactly when I touched that medicine on that date, and I haven't taken any more medicine from that particular packet ever since, right? She then argued that I'm losing my memory and that I just can't remember when I took it, and I can't remember taking the blister pack out and leaving the box empty in the drawer. And I said, lady, that is not how I run my medication routine. Don't tell me how I run my routines in my home. So I thought I'll give this lady the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she never touched anything, maybe she did. Then me and this lady agreed to a support shift time, and next thing at the last minute, she goes, oh, I've got another client, I'm held up, I'll ring you as soon as I can. And I thought, no, she just wants to get out of the appointment of the support shift because she knows I'm going to say, you know, she knows I'm going to say something about my routine, and I'm going to say, how come you're challenging my routines when I know how I keep my stuff at home? Who's actually moving my stuff and not telling me, and I don't want you to, you know, give me excuses. So this lady, instead of just piping up and saying, hey, I moved your medication and I took the blister pack out of the box because I thought it was an empty blister pack. Like, why didn't she just say that? And how come she never just said straight up, hey, I was anxious and I needed your medicine? Why didn't she just say that in the first place? You know, it'd be really helpful if people were just honest with me and just said, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, I didn't mean to steal your medication. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, I thought your vitamin tablets were just food, so I took it. Like, why can't people just be honest in the first place? and just say, hey, this is what I did. This is what happened. You know, why can't people just be honest and say, oh, it's these stupid garlic breads. Oh, damn. It's got all the stuff in the middle of it. No, it's okay. Okay. Like, why can't people just be honest with me in the first place and say, hey, this is what I did, I'm sorry. Do you want me to get you a new replacement? Just be honest and admit what you did wrong. But no, most people aren't going to do that.
20 minutes, 20 fast start.
Most people are not going to admit anything. So, I got the shits and I said, lady, I need to cancel our support shifts because, you know, turning up whenever you want just isn't good enough. I'm cancelling our support shifts. Goodbye. And I did that. I cancelled our shift. I cancelled other appointment shifts too. Because I don't need someone else coming into my home and challenging and accusing me when I'm the one who knows what my routine is like, and I don't need to be told what I do and don't do. So now I've got a special medication box so that I know I'm the only one who can get bloody access to it now. And I've got to go through all these stupid steps so that not only is it me not misplacing or dropping medication, which does happen, so I've had to put a stop to that so that I don't misplace stuff. Not only do I bloody misplace shit, but I have to stop other people from stealing my stuff. If I get any new vitamin tablets, I've got to lock it away so that no one steals it. If I buy anything of value, that can't be lost, and that includes eye drops. I have to lock it all up now so that no one can fucking steal it. You know, I never thought the day would come where I would have to lock up all my stuff for fear that someone would steal it. And now whenever I take anything, Panadol, Nurofen, Telfast, Phenergan, all that, I have to write down the exact time that I took the exact dosage. Because otherwise, if I get accused of, you know, somehow stuffing up my routine again when I know I haven't, I then have to prove that it's not me stuffing up my routines. I have to prove that. Oh, that's right, I've got rice and veggies and chicken wings in the fridge. I forgot all about that. I'm going to have that with stir fry. Yum. So I now have to have proof that I am not lying when I say I'm not stuffing up my routines. I have to prove that I am not lying. And I'm not angry that I have a good process going because it stops me from losing my medicine, it stops me from misplacing my medicine. When I go to the doctor in 3 weeks' time, I can say, oh yep, I just store everything up in a medication box now, I'm not losing medications at all. So, yeah, I've got a really good process for not losing medication now, so don't get me wrong, I'm not offended and I'm not angry about that. And I'm not angry that I've got a first aid box. You know, if anyone says, oh, well, you need a box to store valuable stuff, prescription drugs, maybe even money, okay, that's fine, I get it. That's not what I'm pissed off about. I'm not offended that I have to lock things up. I'm not offended that I can't just keep stuff lying around. I'm offended that one of my support workers wasn't supportive of my decision to fully secure all of my stuff because, hey, who would want to steal anything from my unit anyway? I'm just being psychotic. Well, maybe I am being psychotic, but you know what? Magically, nothing's going missing anymore. So I wonder who's psychotic now. Is it me or the support worker who's psychotic? Because nothing's going missing anymore. Nothing is going missing. So don't tell me that I'm being forgetful and I'm being psychotic, because I am offended about that. I am very pissed off about that. I am very, very, very angry about all of that. You know, I just want to have a decent living situation. Hang on a second, I've just got to make sure I tip all my stuff out without spilling it everywhere. I just want to have a decent living situation where I know that I'm treated well and have got, you know, I'm respectful and other people are respectful of me and vice versa. None of this bullshit, oh, I'm blind and who would ever want to steal anything out of my unit and this and that and all this other shit. I agree. Who would want to steal stuff out of my unit? The problem is things are getting stolen out of my unit and I don't have security footage, as in I don't have a security camera to prove that I'm right, that stuff is getting stolen. So rather than keep wondering and keep my medicine in a place where I know I can find it, but the chances are high that it's going to go missing or misplaced or stolen or whatever the case, rather than risk that shit every single day that I open my medicine drawer, I have emptied it out and I've now got a new arrangement for taking medicine. And it is working better, but I am very, very offended that the support worker got into a huge argument with me because she doesn't approve of me kicking visitors out of my home without proof. And I said, that's exactly right. I can't prove what's going on. So you can just, as in the support worker can then say, oh, well, you can't prove who did what, so you're just being psychotic. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's all you want to say. You don't want to say, I'm sorry. You don't want to say, I'm really sorry to hear that, you know, your stuff is going missing. You don't want to say, I'm really sorry, is there any way I can help you to organise your medication? None of this, oh, I'm sorry, it was me and I forgot to put it back. No, oh, I'm really sorry that we're arguing, you know, I know you don't mean to argue when you're upset. No, none of the apologies, just, oh, did you touch it? Do you take stuff without documenting when you take it and then say that it's being stolen? Like, she went straight for the down your throat accusations. She went straight for the down your throat accusations, start an argument, get up me for misusing medicine, abusing drugs, and then lying and saying my stuff is being stolen so I can continue to abuse drugs. You know, have a go at me because I just want to get new scripts from the doctors and say that my stuff is going missing so I can get more prescriptions. Don't bother about being apologetic. Don't bother about being understanding that, you know, I can't see. None of that shit. So you know what? I have a new rule now with everybody. You're welcome into my home to have a coffee, and you're welcome into my home to enjoy socialising and have dinner. And just a prelude, because I don't want to scare my regular subscribers from enjoying being friendly, saying hello. I don't want to scare anyone away, so it's just a prelude. But if people are going to come to my home and snoop around and steal my stuff and not be apologetic and not be understanding when I'm concerned about stuff going missing, I don't care if you did or didn't steal my stuff. You just won't be coming back into my home again, because I can't prove who does or who doesn't steal, but I can say, right, I'm asking if anything has been moved by accident, and then someone causes a big argument with me. I'm like, yeah, they're guilty, they're stealing. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I am forgetful, maybe I am psychotic, maybe I am lying, maybe I am looking for drugs, maybe I am looking for new prescriptions off the doctor. But you know what? What if I'm telling the truth and I'm not looking for new prescriptions, and people are just choosing to be horrible to me because they know I can't see what they're doing, and they know they can throw all of their shit back in my face, presuming they can get away with whatever they want without any consequences because, I'm forgiving, I'll let them back into my home. They can steal my stuff and then accuse me of being drug seeking or schizophrenic. That's okay. No, you know what? It's not okay. And if I say, has anything been moved by accident, and someone argues at me, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I don't care if you're in the right, you're in the wrong, you're innocent, you're guilty. I don't give a shit. If I ask, hey, did my pack of batteries get moved by accident? I'm just wondering because they're not in the usual spot, and someone goes, oh, do you forget where you put them last? And I'm like, maybe, but I know where I'll put my batteries. And then they go, oh, when did you last touch the batteries? I can just say, well, you're not coming into my home again because you've just proven to me that you're possibly stealing my batteries. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're actually innocent and I am wrong. But you know what? If I ask someone where something is and they jump up and down and argue and get defensive at me, I don't care how innocent they are. I think they're as guilty as sin. So as a result, I have ditched my support worker. Because I'm like, I don't want people coming into my home to steal my stuff and then pretend like I'm the one doing something wrong so they can continue getting away with stealing things. I am not going to allow it from anyone in this world. So to my regular subscribers who want to be my friends, keep being friends. I'm not having a go at you. Obviously don't steal any of my stuff. I'm not saying that you can steal. I don't want any of my stuff stolen. But what I'm saying is, if people are going to come to my home and lift my stuff and then lie to me and start an argument because they're not even going to realise, hey, I'm blind but I'm not stupid, then you're not welcome back into my home. It's that simple. If you're going to argue at me about stuff, instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I don't know where the batteries are, or I don't know where I put your Panadol, I don't remember touching your Panadol, sorry about that. I'm like, okay, well, I must have dropped the Panadol somewhere, don't worry. If you've moved it, maybe you've moved it, I've moved it, it's been dropped, don't worry, I'll get some new Panadol in the morning. It's not a big argument, don't worry about it. Soon as you start the, oh, when did you last touch it? Oh, you must have touched it since then, even if you didn't write it down in your notes. It's like, no. Don't start an argument with me if you want to come back into my home. And if people are overly nice too, like if people start being super nice in a really airy-fairy way, I know that they're up to no good. I've learned the hard way. When people are nice to me and eventually something goes wrong and then they're really nice, I'm just like, you've done the hero complex thing where you've fucked something up in my life. Now you're the hero because you fucked something up and I don't know it's you. And you're the big hero for helping me fix what the fuck up is when you messed up in the first place. Sorry, hero complex, doesn't work here. I do not deal with any shit from nobody anymore. I just won't put up with anybody. Won't tolerate any shit from now on. It's just not going to happen. Obviously I can be wrong, like not accurate. Maybe I've just dropped stuff and I can't remember it. But when I say, hey, I dropped this last week, I can't remember when, because I remember last time I checked it was in this particular location in my room or in the kitchen or somewhere. Why is it missing since then? And jump down my throat straight away. Did you touch it? Nobody else moved it. Where could it be? I'm going to take all the stuff away and help you find it. If it's not there, what have you done with it? It's like, no, my question is, why are you jumping down my throat? And what have you done with my stuff?
9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining.
I won't put up with anybody. I will put up with friends being friends going, I'm really sorry I made a mistake and I think I went to move stuff and I dropped some things. Is that okay if I help you find it? Yeah, sure. You know, people make mistakes. I'm not pissed off at people making a typical, mistake. If you stuff up, you stuff up. I do that too. Don't worry about it. I'm not angry about that. But I had to ditch one of my support workers because she was so busy accusing clients of doing things that she didn't like clients doing. I was sympathetic to her because one client had a dog that bit her really hard. I was sympathetic. Now maybe I might be not so sympathetic. It's like, what did she do to get bitten by the dog? What did she do to scare the dog? You know, some of my things are going missing, and recently she was bitten by a dog, and recently some of my things in my home have gone missing. What is this lady doing to get herself injured? What is she actually doing in the first place to get injured? At first I'm like, okay, I have a bit of sympathy because everyone gets sick at some point. Everyone's going to get injured at some point. I feel bad. But what is she actually doing? Why does she have a reason to go through her clients' homes and steal stuff? It's like, if she can't afford to see the doctor, so she steals medication, well, she's the one choosing not to manage her money so that she can go to the doctor. She's the one choosing not to manage her money. That's her fault. So now every single time I see a pharmacist or go to the doctors, I end up in a huge argument to prove that no, my current arrangement is not allowing my stuff to go missing. Yes, when I get home at 5 p.m. today, as an example, right, it's not true, but when I get home at 5 and I tell you I have X amount of tablets left in these packets, I can promise you that at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I will find the same packets of medication with the same amount of tablets, and nothing will be missing from those packets, trust me. And my arrangement is stopping me from running out of Panadol early. I used to run out of Panadol tablets and Nurofen tablets really early. Now I don't run out early. You know why? Because I don't let anybody fucking steal any of it. If I'm wrong, prove it. Accusing me and telling me that I'm just looking for more prescriptions off the doctor and attacking me isn't proving anything. It's just proving to me that whoever's doing the arguing and the accusing might actually be guilty, might actually be stealing stuff, might actually be in the wrong. you know. So I don't trust people anymore. To one of my regular subscribers, to two regular subscribers who make comments. Number one, I'm not offended at you, so don't worry. Number two, I do not believe everyone is stealing my stuff. So again, I'm not angry with everyone. 3, I'm not offended with everyone who comes into my home, so don't worry about that. I am just offended at stupid fucking idiots like one of my support workers who I had to fire because she decided to attack, like verbally abuse me over stuff that I didn't actually do. And as a result, when I go to a pharmacy to get stuff and they say, oh, have you got this at home? You go, yes I do, and no, it can't go missing because it's stored in a certain way where you can't just access my stuff without physically using a combination or code or a key or anything. You have to physically unlock storage to get into it. You can't just open the storage cabinet and get it. So, yeah, I'm rather pissed off at this particular support worker. In any case, I'm doing okay. I'm going to take some pain relievers soon. I've got them set aside to take. I don't mind the process where you've got to unlock your storage box, set your stuff aside to take, lock the storage box, put the storage box away where you know you can't lose the storage box permanently, put it away. I get that, that's okay. I'm just very ticked off that one of my workers decided she didn't like me because she knew that I was going after her for something that she could have just said, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going through your box of medication because I thought there was an empty blister pack and I chucked it out. She wasn't apologetic or anything. And I would have said, listen, can you not rifle through my stuff? It's not yours to touch. Leave it alone. I don't want anybody touching my stuff. Please don't continue to do that. Otherwise, I'll have to ask you to not come back to my home. That's what I would have said. But as a result of this argument with my support worker, I had to tell her, no, you're not coming back to my home. I don't really trust this lady anymore. So I've just fully cancelled support shifts, said thanks, I'm cancelling support, thanks, bye. Because, you know, she's not trustworthy. She started out reliable and then she went really dodgy. I don't know why. Sometimes she seemed like she was on drugs, other times she didn't seem to be on drugs, and I'm like, yeah, she's using her clients to steal drugs. Well, I'm not one of her clients anymore. I mean, you don't get on the NDIS to get paid to be a support worker to steal drugs. You don't do that. You don't do it. I mean, if I'm wrong, prove it to me. Don't scream at me and say, hey, how come you documented taking, I'm just going to say Panadol because it's a general medication. And, oh, it's oven glove. You know, don't scream at me and say, how come you took Panadol at a certain time and now you took it early? Because I'm just going to prove that I didn't take it early. And screaming at me is not going to change the fact that I don't take Panadol early. And screaming at me because you don't want to say, oh, I'm sorry I took your Panadol, I have a headache, can I please replace your Panadol? I'll just say, if I'm kind enough or in a good mood, I'll say, yes please, could you not do that again? Do not do it again. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm just going to say, no, you may not replace my Panadol. I don't want you to come back to my home again because and it's medication, and you don't get to decide what medication you steal from my home, regardless of how sick you are. If you want medicine, you ring up your doctors, you ring up the ambulance, you say, hey, I'm sick, I need to go, I'm sorry, I'm not well. Do not steal medicines or batteries or this or that from my home because you think, this guy's a blind, stupid person, I'll get whatever I want, because I'll find out that stuff is going missing, and I won't let that person back in again. Then they can swear themselves black and blue that they didn't take nothing, and I'm just like, yeah, you're guilty. If you can't prove that you haven't stolen my stuff, then you're never coming back into my home again. That does not mean that I'm someone who misplaces stuff, right? Like my support worker accused me. She accuses me of misplacing stuff and then blaming her for stealing. No, I know when I've misplaced something, that's me misplacing stuff. That's totally on me. I shouldn't be misplacing stuff. But that doesn't mean to say that I'm just going to let people steal things and go, oh, that must have been me. I must have misplaced it. There needs to be context. There needs to be some sort of context where, it's common sense where, if I know I've misplaced something, I can't blame anyone for stealing something that I've dropped. That's not stealing. That's just me misplacing stuff. But when I go, okay, I'm going to put the battery pack in a specific spot in my room on the dresser. Okay. In 5 days' time, I go to get 2 batteries, and guess what? The batteries are not on my dresser anymore. Where are they? I haven't even touched that location for 5 days. Where the fuck are my batteries? Where the fuck are they? You can't accuse me of misplacing something I haven't touched for 5 friggin' days when I go, right, day 1, I'll put the batteries in X whatever location. I know that I know because I'm going back there to check. Yes, it's still in the location. I'm going to leave the batteries. I don't need them for weeks. And then next time it can be a week later or it can be 3 months later. And I've had support workers come to my home. Hey, does anyone know where my batteries are? I haven't touched them for 3 months. I need them for my remote control. I need them for this, I need them for that, I need them for my talking scales, I need them for, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Do you know where the batteries are? I haven't touched them for 3 months. And the immediate reaction is, oh, have you forgotten that you've touched them? Nobody else went near the batteries, and it's just like, sorry, but with that sort of reaction, I'm going to assume that that person is stealing stuff. So, yeah, I'm not a happy camper. I am happy that I have a process that works. I'm not offended that I have a process that works. I'm not offended that I no longer misplace any of my stuff. I don't misplace anything. I do sometimes think, crap, where did I put that? Oh no, where did I lose it? And then I find it. Yeah, I do that all the time. But I don't fully misplace stuff. I have to go back to the chemist, have to ring the doctors, have to do this, have to do that, and all this other stuff. I don't do that anymore. I really don't, misplace stuff to that, degree like I used to. So, yeah.
Timer only.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Now cancel.
I am rather ticked off, but obviously there's literally nothing I can do about the situation other than make sure I have stuff set in a way that I won't lose stuff. And I get that. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with saying, well, if I'm forgetting when I've taken Panadol before, I need to write it down in my notes and say what the time is and what medication I took, especially if it's a drowsy medication. And I was told not to mix some of my medications with other ones because it can cause a bad interaction. Write that down, what time you take it, what was it that you took. I get all that. And then I have my routine set up airtight, so I know, okay, I've done this at this time. I'm leaving this particular packet or box or object or, I don't know, clothing somewhere. I'll go to that spot next week and it will be there. But no, I've had to change my arrangements so that even if people come to my home, they want to steal stuff, but they can't. If they try, they could, I don't know, I would hear them moving stuff and be like, oi, can you not do that again? Yeah, I am just very strict on people now. And I get that I have to be strict. But at the same time, I'm very, very offended at this particular lady who decided to have a go at me and accuse me of looking for drugs, stealing drugs, like why am I going to steal drugs? And she accused me of making shit up to get people in trouble. And I'm like, no lady, I'm not in the game of making things up because I want to get people into trouble. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. But I don't want people getting away with stealing things without any consequences. Please do not try getting away with stuff like that. It doesn't work out well, and I don't want anybody thinking they can just say, this person is a stupid blind person and I'm going to get away with taking stuff without any kind of punishment, because you know that isn't going to happen. I'm okay with people making mistakes. I'm okay with people saying, oh, I just saw some rubbish on the table, can you tell me what it is? And I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot, I left that pack there, that's got cough lollies in it, stop, I need to put that away. Thanks for telling me they're cough lollies. Thanks so much, give me a hug. You know, I get that. And if people say, oh, I've just moved this over here, it's right here, you'll find it. And I'm like, oh shit, no, sorry, thanks for telling me, I have to actually put it away. It's soap, or it's money, or it's Panadol, or it's cough lollies, or it's eye drops, or it's something that I need to put away. Okay, I'll fix it. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. You're all good. Don't worry about it, okay? It's fine. Please don't freak out if you make a simple mistake. But my God, do not be like this bloody lady who decided to have a full-on go at me because she didn't want to be sorry that she took my stuff. She wasn't sorry about it. And then she expects to lie to me and say, hey, can you change the time to 1 p.m? And I go, yeah, I'll change the booking time to 1 p.m. Then she lies and says, oh, I can't do that time anymore. I have another client. And it's like, no, you don't, you liar. Lying bloody thief. You know what I mean? I can't stand people who just make shit up and then accuse me, because I've got a really strict routine at home. I mean, it is really, really strict. Like, it's very strict, eh? It's very strict. And I get accused of changing it. So now, each time I get anything from the bloody chemist now, it's a huge argument. Oh, do you have this at home? Have you run out of that yet? I'm like, lady, no, I haven't run out of stuff. No, I haven't been taking all that stuff early. No, I haven't been just swallowing extra doses of Panadol and pretending I haven't taken it. No, lady, that's not what's happening. And if you have a problem with me telling you that, how about you ring up the hospital that I'm always getting checkups at? Why don't you have a go at them? Don't have a go at me. So, yeah, I have the shits at people who think they can just treat me like I'm an idiot when they know damn well better that I'm not a fucking idiot. And I'm not going to put up with anything of someone like that. I just won't put up with any shit. I won't do it. It's not happening. I don't like people talking shit at me. And now I feel less trusting of people. That doesn't mean I don't want people in my home. I'm just less trusting now. You know, I'm just not as trusting as I used to be. Because hey, don't forget that I'm psychotic and I'm forgetful and I must be losing all my stuff and accusing everyone like a psychotic person. Oh, don't forget that. Well, I'm not forgetting. That's a problem. I have a routine that prevents me from forgetting to take medication or forgetting when my previous dose of medication was, or forgetting where I've put medication. I have a routine that prevents that now. So having a go at me is not going to change the fact that, if someone is going after me when I've said, hey, is there a reason why my chocolates are not in the fridge anymore? Why are my chocolates not in the fridge? And you say, oh, is that because you ate your chocolates and you just can't remember and you're having a go at me because the chocolates aren't in the fridge? No, I didn't say I was having a go at you. I said, why are my chocolates not in the fridge? Does that mean that you are actually taking my chocolates out of the fridge and you're just not telling me that? You know, people really make me suspicious. People really, really make me suspicious. Some people, not everybody, some people make me feel sus. And I'm like, if people want to get my trust, for one thing, don't steal stuff. Secondly, tell the truth if you've moved something or if you've mistakenly thrown something in the bin. Just tell me the fucking truth, for God's sake. No, I don't want people coming into my home again after they've taken shit, but maybe we can come up with some kind of truce that says, yes, okay, I'll let you come back into my home again. If you don't continue fucking with my stuff, I'll give you one more chance. Is that okay? Yes, come back next month for a cuppa, but you get no chances after that. No more chances. You know, respect goes both ways. And I just wish people would be a little bit understanding of that, you know? I really wish people would be somewhat understanding. Pretty sure most people are, but this stupid support worker clearly is not understanding, and I'm like, well, need to get rid of her, don't I? I need to get rid of her. Because she's obviously not very nice. Well, she come across as a nice person, but she's clearly not a very nice person. Which I'm not very happy about at all. At all. I am very unhappy. Because I thought I was getting along with this lady quite well until my recent argument with her. And I'm like, Why can't people just be honest and say, hey, I didn't mean for your stuff to go missing? Like, what's wrong with people? What the fuck is really wrong with people that they can't just be honest and say, yeah, I didn't mean for that stuff to go missing? Just be honest about it. Instead of fucking lying all the time. Trying to figure out where to put this dice of stuff so I don't lose it. Once again, it's a battle of how do I not lose my stuff. How do I not fucking lose anything? That should be good. Really cannot understand why people can't just be fucking honest with me in the first place. Then all these arguments would be prevented. Then I wouldn't go to World War III and scream at everybody at the chemist and the doctors and all of that. Wouldn't end up in a fucking screaming match all the time. Got my toast maker there, my sandwich maker. Alright. Anyway, that's what really got me going, was this stupid bloody support workers thinking they can have a go at me over stuff that they like, not admitting if they're stealing stuff or anything. Yeah, this stupid idiot of a lady just was not cooperative, very cooperative, so she's out of my life forever. And now I've got every single chemist, pharmacy person in this country asking me if anything else is missing, and I'm like, no, nothing else is going missing. No, I have a different arrangement set up now, so nothing can actually go missing. And I also have a mixing bowl set aside so that literally nothing can go missing at all. So I won't be letting anybody accuse me of stuff that I am not creating in my life in the first place. I've just got to pause my recording for a second, guys. Just give me a second.
Speech on. Pause. Stop. Pause. Button. Record. Stop. Pause. Stop. Pause. -9.
Sorry about that. I just had to do a quick note to say what time I took my Panadol and my Nurofen, and I'm just going to put my little dish with one Telfast tablet in there, so if I need any like tomorrow or the next day I can take it. Those dishes are really secure, so I can keep dosages of medication in there for several days, no problem. No problem. Oh, I've got a headache, but I know I've got to eat some food. And as much as I love that garlic bread, I probably won't be buying any more of that garlic bread because it's
Pause. Button. Minus 33.08. iPhone microphone.
This is bloody That was my...
YouTube. Now. Red circle. God logic apologetics. Premier. This makes no sense. Shire view on the angel. Attachment.
That was my cup. I'm going to wash that. Hang on. I've washed up that cup. Now I want to check what is in this stupid packet.
Stereo. M4. 48.0K.
Hang on.
iPhone microphone.
Just going to open up Seeing AI.
Blindfold. Cam. Apple. Mac. My. See. Suncorp. Seeing AI.
What have we got?
Seeing AI.
What is it?
103. 301. 4,000 US 40 4,103 BNEC 301 BNEC 024970800 1/1 513 2512 GW 0 21 Street 2642. Tab bar, describe, tab, 2 of 3, X, now, Rochelle, welcome to the machine, where there is now tarnish, on your shine lamp, it somehow, ellipsis, attachment.
Probably those zip ties. Ah, it's these lovely zip ties. That's okay. That's good. I'm not going to say I'll need them, but when I do need them, they'll be there. That's alright. I'm going to put the rubbish in the bin, and I'm going to put, what else have I got? Put those in the wardrobe. I need them, they'll be there. I forgot to go to the post office today. I forgot to go to the post office today. I forgot. I have to open up this box and see what is in the box now. Oh, what the fuck is in there? Get that out.
More, tab, 3 of 3. Pause recognition due to inactivity.
That's okay, it's a really decent box of cereal. Excellent. Don't know where my phone is, so it's right
Oh,
there.
books.
It's right there. So,
Voice memos. Apps with C, Recorder HQ, active, Recorder HQ, pause, stop, pause, minus 12.3.
it's my lovely box of cereal. Excellent. Don't have to worry about cereals for months now. I really don't have to worry about cereals for bloody months. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh yum, I love garlic bread. I love it when it's nice and crispy too. Yum. Yummy, I love it when it's really crispy. Crispy garlic bread. Yum. Yummy. And I've put my other container of stir fry in the fridge. Oh. I love really crispy garlic bread. Yummy. Yum. garlic bread. Yummy. Except it's all in one big piece. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm, yum. Mm. I didn't realise the garlic bread had to be sliced because it's not sliced. Mm. Mm. It is yummy garlic bread, but I will probably buy a different brand of garlic bread next time. It is yum.
Speed. Pause. Button. Stop. Pause. Minus 35.9941 dB.
In any case, I'm going to end this recording and continue eating. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm getting my frozen meal order on Friday, so I don't have to worry about more food this week until next week. I think I've got too much food in the fridge. But I'll be eating it. So it's okay. And
Pause. Button. Record. Stop. Button.
yeah. In a couple of weeks I'll be going back to the butcher's to buy more stir fry. And I've put stacks of food in the freezer from the butcher. Like there's enough there. I can get a tray out next week and cook it, and get the other tray out another week and cook that. When I've used up more bread from the freezer, I can put more veggies in there and some frozen pies and that. So, yeah. I'll finish this bit of bread and eat my stir fry and finish eating the other bit of bread. So I hope everybody is having a good day, a good evening, wherever they are in the world. I don't have a lot of money at the moment because of stuff I had to buy from Amazon, but even though I'm responsible for actually buying stuff, that's me, I'm blaming my support worker who was arguing at me constantly over stuff that she did to cause me to have to change my arrangement and buy stuff to fix up my arrangement at home. So I'm not angry that I've got to keep my home secure. I'm pissed off at people who don't give a shit and think they can lie their way out of trouble and then, presuming they can try and get me into trouble to get themselves off trouble. I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. I'm not actually interested in making anyone get in trouble, but anyway, since my support work is as guilty as sin, well, I have to get the vacuum cleaner later and clean up my unit because it's dirty. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. My teeth are still causing trouble for the left-hand side of my mouth. They're not fixed. And that's why I'm not seeing a dentist, because those dentists all reckon, oh yeah, we can fix your teeth so that you're not hurting your mouth, but then they don't end up fixing anything. And I'm like, yeah, I don't need to go to the dentist because they don't do anything they say they'll do. And I'm not interested in all of this so-called take pain relief so that you can comply with medical treatments. I'm like, well, I can't take certain painkillers, so I can't comply with medical treatment options. That's how it is. So I'm not seeking medical help for my teeth because there's nothing anyone can do for me. So it's not a case of just keep trying out new dentists. There's literally nothing anyone can do for my teeth, apart from pull out all my teeth. The dentists can pull out my teeth, but they're not going to pull out my teeth. So there's nothing they can do for me. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later.
Stop button.